The never-ending saga between 90-Day Fiancé's Shekinah Garner and Sarper Duvin continues to play out on the current season, with Sarper and Shekinah's relationship going to another level as Sarper moved from Turkey to live with Shekinah in Los Angeles. Sarper and Shekinah first met on a dating app, and their story was covered on 90-Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 5, when Shekinah attempted to live with Sarper in Turkey. Shekinah and Sarper faced criticism over Sarper's controlling ways and the fact that Shekinah's family didn't approve of him. On 90-Day Fiancé Season 11, Sarper is having a fish-out-of-water experience in LA, and it's having a major impact on his and Shekinah's relationship. Sarper was a notorious ladies' man back in Turkey. He even boasted about having slept with 2,500 women before settling down with Shekinah. It was very emotional for Sarper to leave Turkey, because he's extremely close with his parents. Still, Sarper chose Shekinah and moved to the US. For her, Shekinah is a licensed skincare esthetician, and she operates a studio out of her small apartment in Los Angeles. When Sarper moved in, it became more cramped, and he didn't have the freedom to move about in the apartment, especially if Shekinah was seeing a client. In order to help Sarper adjust to life in Los Angeles, Shekinah decided to move her studio to a separate space. She said she was moving it in the hopes that it helps to improve the dynamic between she and Sarper. I want to make that sense of normalcy here in LA for him too, and so I decided to finally get a real office suite and make our home our home. Now that Shekinah has an office that's separate from their living space, she's hoping that Sarper won't feel so stifled. She would make him leave the house whenever she saw a client, so he won't have to do that anymore. Shekinah is making big sacrifices for the sake of their relationship. On 90-Day Fiancé, The Other Way, Shekinah's sister Sheria visited them in Turkey. Sarper failed to make a good impression on Sheria, and she left questioning whether his intentions with Shekinah were pure. Sheria went back home and reported back to the family about Sarper's temper and the toxicity in his relationship with her sister. Shekinah's daughter, Sophie, now has a negative impression of Sarper based on her Aunt Sheria's feedback. Sophie tells them that she wants to give her blessing. She needs more time. Sarper tries using his time in Los Angeles to make amends with Shekinah's family, but it isn't so easy. When they go to Montana to visit where Shekinah grew up, they meet up with 3 of her sisters. Sarper admits that he feels pressure to make this a Sarper redemption tour. I feel like an inmate going to his execution. Shekinah admits that her sisters are protective, and they already have negative emotions towards Sarper, so it will be like an uphill battle for him to get their approval. Sheria said she hoped to see some growth from Sarper, who showed up to the meeting wearing an American flag shirt. Sarper's meeting with her sisters goes bust when he asks them if they have geisha vibes like Shekinah, and then says that he preferred the old obedient Shekinah. The stress of her relationship with Sarper is starting to weigh on Shekinah. After a huge fight, Sarper told Shekinah that if she broke up with him, she'd regret it forever. Shekinah bristled at Sarper's comment, saying she's not some helpless woman. Sarper visited Shekinah at her new office, and after getting jealous of her handyman's good looks, he asks if she's wearing the long blonde wig she has on for her handyman. Shekinah said she's actually wearing it because she's losing her hair from the stress of moving her business and their relationship, so she wants to give her natural hair a break by wearing the wig. All of the fighting with Sarper and moving my business to a new location has been really stressful on me. I do feel like my body is reacting to that. I tend to lose my hair when I'm stressed out, so I've seen a lot coming off on my brush. That freaks me out. I'm wearing a wig to give my natural hair a break, not to flirt with the handyman. If Shekinah is actually losing her hair from the stress of her relationship with Sarper, it's a major red flag. A person's body can have a physical response if they're in an unhealthy relationship, which appears to be the case with Shekinah. She is very casual about stating that she's losing her hair, but if it's true that Sarper is the cause, she needs to take action and get herself out of this relationship.